Hippocrates, father of medicine, once said, "Let food be your medicine, and your medicine be your food." Chinese food therapy, in this sense, is a balancing act, operating on the belief that our health is dependent on regulated food patterns. The Yellow Emperor's Classic of Internal Medicine is the first proper documentation of principles behind Chinese food therapy. The central concept is that there are two opposing forces, yin and yang, regulating the universe and people, and ideal health is the signifier of harmonious balance. Food with yin properties tends to reduce tension and cool body heat, while yang properties create tension and warms the body. Chinese food therapy mainly follows 8 basic therapeutic methods. Firstly, sweating is mainly used for treating infections brought about by external viruses, one common example being ginger to warm the body and sweat off a fever. A second method is dispersing, referring to food that encourages bowel movement, such as honey and aloe vera. By warming, symptoms of accumulated coldness, for example, cold fingers and a lack of appetite, may be remedied. Digesting seeks to relieve effects of overeating. Hawthorn, for one, offers such properties. Tonifying aims to improve the individual's physique. Common examples include ginseng, dongquai and duzong. Qi can also be managed with food therapy, whereby disruption in harmonic balance would result in pain and organ failures. Excessive wetness in the body must also be dealt with, spurred by humid environments and cold foods. Finally, is to relieve heatiness, observed through signs of frequent nosebleeds and the migraines. One does not simply mix and mesh food ingredients together in Chinese food therapy. Extra consideration should be given to seasonal and interacting effects. For example, some ingredients may enhance the intended effects, while some counteracts each other, or even create toxicity. Furthermore, according to Chinese food therapy principles, there is a season for specific food therapy. For instance, summer, representing the fire and earth element, is most suitable for tonifying yin and managing the heart, stomach and spleen. There is little scientific evidence to support the theory behind Chinese food therapy, although some studies have suggested the cold food produces much superoxide, while hot food scavenges superoxide. The electron transfer involved in the process may be indicative of the yin and yang food patterns, but further research would be required. One of the most common food ingredients utilized in Chinese food therapy is red dates, Fructus ziziphus jujube. It is said to rectify deficiency and tonify qi, especially effective for the spleen and blood. Usually, it is found in soup recipes, such as herbal chicken soup, or even made into juice, tea or vinegar. In China, pickled dates in wine are also commonly used in many cuisines. A controlled clinical trial found it is helpful for chronic constipation and another trial found it to be effective against neonatal jaundice. Different studies also imply that red dates have nootropic and neuroprotective properties. Although no toxicity and side effects have been reported, it is essential to remember that high doses of herbal agents may induce unforeseen side effects, thus recommended to be taken in moderate amounts. For Paracelsus once said, "It is the dose that makes the poison." Dongquai, Radix angelici sinensis, is believed to have the effects of remedying deficiency and tonifying blood, traditionally used to reduce menstrual pain, menopausal symptoms and coronary circulation. It is commonly used in soup recipes, and to complement hot meat, such as mutton, that is considered especially beneficial during winter. Clinical trials have shown that dongquai alone has no effect in treating menopausal symptoms, but beneficial when used in combination with other herbs. It is also scientifically proven that it may reduce symptoms of chest pain, and improve tolerance for heart diseases for specific persons, when used with Chinese or Korean ginseng and Astragalus membranosus. Although no side effects are reported, the presence of phytonocoumarins may result in increased photosensitivity. It may also increase the potency of anticoagulant drugs such as warfarin. Dongquai should be avoided in pregnancy or when undergoing hormone treatment. Wolfberry is thought to serve the same effects as dongquai in Chinese food therapy, but acts specifically on the kidney and liver channels. It is an ingredient most commonly seen in herbal soups, and can be added to rice wine to create a wolfberry blend. Despite strong traditional beliefs in the Chinese food therapy about the benefits of wolfberry for one's eyesight, few studies on this particular health benefit have been conducted. However, it is known that wolfberry contains high amounts of zeaxanthin, and regular consumption may have some effect on maintaining macular pigment optical density. However, no significant conclusion has been drawn from clinical trials. While wolfberry has no reported side effects, it should be avoided during pregnancy as betaine present in wolfberry, as liver protectant, may induce menstruation and abortion. Food therapy is a common scam around the world. but Chinese food therapy is only highly utilized in areas with a strong Chinese population, such as China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Singapore. There are alternative forms of food therapy, such as the Ayurvedic method, focusing on Kundalini, the flow of life, mind and spirit, while the Western diet therapy emphasizes on the balance of vitamins, calcium, proteins and other nutrients. Over 90% in Hong Kong attempt to adapt their food patterns specific to seasons, and 20% in Taiwan consciously utilizes Chinese food therapy. The Singapore Chinese population embraces Chinese food therapy warmly due to a strong Chinese culture, and government associations such as the National Library Board have often encouraged its uses through educational talks.